Hello guys, today I'll be showing you how you can make your own liquid fertilizer to try and help boost your strawberry plants to try and get them to produce more and stronger and bigger fruits. So throughout the year, strawberry plants require a lot of nutrients and energy to grow. Even when small ones like this, trying to start off and establish, or strawberry plants like this one, where they're trying to grow lots of fruit. So over time the plant will use all the natural energy and the nutrients in the soil to try and keep the strawberry plant growing. And as you can see, this one has got a lot of fruit going on it. It's also got some more flowers as well, where it's going to continue to keep developing fruit as long as there is enough nutrients and stuff for the plant to keep doing so. So this is the reason why we need the liquid fertilizer, is to help strawberry plants like this one to get more nutrients inside. Strawberry plants do tend to like fertilizers that are very well balanced, but this fertilizer I'm going to be using will be enough to help boost this plant, and you can also use it for other plants in your garden as well. So the fertilizer we are going to be using is a yeast type fertilizer. So this fertilizer is quite easy to make and is relatively cheap as well, because it's materials that most people would have in their household anyway, and it has got a lot of benefits as well because it does release some nutrients into the ground, it helps the roots, and it also improves the health of the soil as well. So it's a very easy, simple and cheap fertilizer to be using in your garden. So in order to make the yeast fertilizer, you're going to need some dry yeast. I managed to pick this up from Asda and it's just over £1. We're going to need to get some sugar. This is also from Asda and I think it's around about £2 or £3. And also what we're going to need is a litre of lukewarm water. Now if you can try and get lukewarm rainwater, that'd be better, but if not, tap water will have to do. And also you're going to need a bowl as well to put it in. So we're going to start off by adding a litre of lukewarm water to the bowl. There's the other half a litre. So that is now a litre of water in there. So now what I want to do is add 2 tablespoons of sugar to the bowl of water. 1, 2. Then give it a bit of a mix and try and let the sugar dissolve into the water. Now that the sugar has all disappeared, we're now going to be adding the yeast. The awkward thing is this yeast comes into little packets like this, so it's going to be a bit awkward, but we're going to try and get at least 1 tablespoon of dry yeast and add it to our mixture. So, look, something like that. There we go. Mix that in. So now that we've done that, we have now got to wait. So now we need to store this for at least 24 hours. The yeast is now fermenting inside, so it's causing a reaction. So we need to now let this settle somewhere in a dark place where it's going to be nice and warm, it's not going to get too cold, and we're not going to be covering it over. Because it's fermenting, it's going to be releasing gases and stuff. So that's the reason we don't put nothing on top, because all the gases inside is going to expand, so we just got to leave it how it is. And we're also going to need to put it somewhere out the way of the sun. And in my shed is a good idea. So putting it down here, it'll be perfect to leave for 24 hours. But as you can already see, I've already got one step ahead, and I made this stuff yesterday, and this is what it will end up looking like. Not too far different to what it looks like now. So this has been left in for 24 hours, and now we can use this for the next step. Right, so now we're going to have to dilute this yeast fertilizer with water, and it's best off to do it to 1 part yeast to 5 parts water. And at the moment, because we know this is only a litre in here, all we need to do is add 5 more litres of water. And rainwater is better really. Try to avoid tap water, just rainwater is usually better for the plants. But if you're worried about your plants being quite sensitive to this fertilizer, you can do 1 part yeast water to 10 parts rainwater, just to avoid any damaging to the plant. Right, let's add this to the bucket. Right, let's add our rainwater. So there we have it. We have got our yeast fertilizer for our strawberry plants. Now, it is important to note that probably about half a litre of this is good enough to water your plants with. No need to put any more in, because too much can be damaging as well. So just try and put about half a litre of this liquid fertilizer to each strawberry plant. It's also important to realise as well that you want to be fertilising your plants between 2 to 4 weeks. Too many times can also damage the plant, because like they say, too much of a good thing can also be bad. So try and limit how many times you do fertilise your plants as well. But there's also another good thing we can use this fertiliser for, because it's not also just good for strawberry plants. If you've got plants like tomato plants as well growing at home, this fertiliser is also very good for that as well. So I hope you guys did enjoy me showing you how to make a simple fertiliser from yeast that help you benefit from growing strawberries and other fruits like tomatoes as well in your garden.